What is up, fam? Welcome back to the Steep Stuff Podcast. I'm your host, James Lariello, bringing you another Broken Arrow pre-race episode, this one for the 46K, with none other than Mr. Josh Potvin. The Canadian joined me on the pod to catch up. It was super fun getting to catch up with Josh. He was actually one of the most highly requested folks for a pre-race episode to have on, so it was fun to get to catch up with him and just see what how his build had been going. For those of you who might be unfamiliar with that name, Josh has competed and had some great results at some of the most contentious Golden Trail Series races in North America. Josh most recently took the dub at the Gorge Waterfall 50K back in, I think it was April, or maybe it was March. I don't know. I got to get my calendar out for that one. But absolute crazy finish and super stellar result there, and gave him a lot of confidence going in. Josh is also going to be competing at the World Mountain Running Championship in the Pyrenees in September. So this is a good little warm up for him to see how he stacks up against some of the top American competition in the world, as well as a bunch of other contenders who are going to be out there racing this race. So without further ado, I hope you guys enjoy this one. Josh is an amazing human, and it was fun getting to catch up with him, and just wishing him the absolute best of luck at this race. So without further ado, none other than Mr. Josh Potvin. Josh Potvin, welcome back to the Steep Stuff Podcast. How's it going, man?
Thanks, James. I'm good. How are you?
I'm very good. Super excited to have you back on. Stoked for a little chat pre-Broken Arrow. I know you're already out in Lake Tahoe, or in the Palisades area now, so it's stoked to just catch up and kind of see how things have been going, man.
Awesome, man. I'm excited.
Yeah. So tell me, what's been up? How's we talked probably 2 months ago, 3 months ago, probably close to a quarter ago. How's the build been going, man? Are you just excited to be out there?
Yeah, it's really exciting to be here. I'm here a week early, which is nice. It's fortunate to I don't always get to do that, so I decided to come here a week early, work a bit remote here. Super stoked. The build was couldn't have gone better, to be honest. Nothing injury-wise, nothing really came up. Things were healthy, things here and there, but nothing that stopped the training. It was exactly to plan, and I'm really happy about it. So
I love to hear it, man. I love to hear it. It's it's interesting. One of the things I thought was pretty cool, I've been seeing on your Instagram, lots of time on the bike and lots of time at a little heat adaptation action there with the jacket and everything. Maybe talk about that. How's that been kind of going for you? I see a lot of people doing that now.
Yeah, it was I was doing about 5 days a week. I built up to 5 days a week, not too much, just because it's the first time I've ever done this. So I didn't want to over stress my body too much, and not, it's a little bit experimental from my side. But I feel like I responded really well. I wasn't feeling over fatigued. I was able to, recover the next day and go back to normal training on big workout days. But I was doing, heat suit on the bike, mainly because I just didn't want to add extra running. Previously, I was doing it on a treadmill for a bit, but I just feel like the bike allowed a little less stress on the body, keep the heart rate a little lower. But I think it was for me, coming from sea level to an altitude race is really just the one stimulus I thought would help. Whether it does or doesn't, we'll find out.
Oh, I love it. I mean, dude, you've been historically pretty solid at altitude. I mean, you've had some good finishes at altitude races, so I feel like why not? Just keep rolling with this one, right?
Yeah, they're fun. They're a challenge, and they're always fun. So, and get beautiful views and run in beautiful places. So
yeah. How's the weather been out there? Is it supposed to be? I haven't even looked at the weather. Is it supposed to be hot on race day?
No, actually, it's going to be hot all week, and then so a lot of the snow. I ran the course on Sunday, yesterday, and a lot of the snow is gone, which is good. It's supposed to be cool on race day. I think I'm in Celsius, up to 12 degrees Celsius. What is that? 650 or 50 or 60? High 50. Yeah, that's about right. Yeah. It's not supposed to be too warm.
It's not bad at all. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, forget the heat training then. This is
I know so much for that. But I think sometimes just an extra stimulus it helps train in other ways. So I'm sure it'll pay off.
Yeah. Keep that blood volume high. That's right.
Yeah.
What's any surprises on the course? What do you think so far? I mean, obviously it's one of the most stunningly beautiful places in the country.
Yeah. So. You know what? I was, my first time here, first time to this area for sure. First time on the course. I was expecting it to be not more challenging. Just there were some steep sections, but there was a lot more stuff that you could run that I was not anticipating. There's definitely some very steep grades that see how it goes on race day, what people do. I have no idea. I'm sure if Eli Hemming's out there, he's going to run up, run up every grade possible. But I'm going to play it smart and just make sure I'm not overcooking on those climbs, especially on the first lap. So, but surprisingly, some fast downhill running to the fit like the finish, which is exciting. So,
Yeah.
that's exciting.
It's interesting you say that. Like I felt I've been on the course before. I felt the same thing. I was like, they built it obviously, and this is nothing against Broken Arrow. It's an amazing race and like one like just world class all around. But they built it as a sky race where there is a lot of vert, but it's not super technical. It's very like
Yeah.
most of the entire thing is pretty much runnable.
Yeah.
And it's just a fast course, right? It's so speedy. A lot of opportunities to open it up on the downhills and the descents and like kind of get gaps on people there. I got to ask you this from a strategy perspective. Obviously, the first lap, we've seen, and if history tells us, there's epic blowups that occur
Yeah.
because people take it out so hot. Usually, the person leading the first lap isn't necessarily the person winning the race.
Mhm.
Do you have a strategy going in? Anything like you're going to hold back a little bit, or you plan on like taking it out hard but keeping in contact with the front pack? Like, what's your strategy going in?
Yeah, I feel like the first little, like the first aid station, I'm gonna be smart for sure. But that being said, I don't want to, like, I want to put myself in a position to stay up with the leaders as much as possible and see where I fall in that day. And so I don't want to get too far off the lead pack after that first climb up to the aid station. It's probably like around 9 kilometers or 10. Um, but yeah, you need to be smart because I think that second lap, there's going to be carnage
Oh yeah,
for
oh yeah.
sure. Yeah, there for sure will be, and you can really make a lot of moves if you have something on that back half to really push the pace and make your move on in the race that day.
Yeah. It's interesting, man. Like this is I think that this is a really I think there's a lot of more opportunities in this race than people think. I think when people look
Mhm.
at the start list, they see Eli Hemming, they see Michelino Sinceri, they see David Sinclair, they see a lot of, like very big names in the sport. I can't speak for Eli, but like, Michelino's coming off an injury and he's not
Yeah.
where he wants to be right now. David Sinclair's injured, probably not racing the 46K. So a lot of the big names that are going to be there either coming off injuries or I think this race in particular opens up a lot of opportunities for new faces and for people trying to make their name in the sport. I know I kind of asked you from the strategy perspective of like, oh, well, how are you going to let it unfold? But I think there's opportunities for someone like you who's really keen to this 50K distance to be able to go out and get a podium or do very well at a race like this.
Appreciate that. Appreciate giving me that extra confidence.
Absolutely.
No doubt. Yeah, my like goal is to to go podium if I can. I know I'm lining up to some of the best runners in America, and I'm excited for that. But I did the training, the fitness is there, and all I can just is put it all out there on race day for me now.
As a Canadian going to this race, what is your thoughts? Like, because this is an
Yeah.
American selection for our worlds, right? Like or for worlds, it's our American selection race. What's your take on that? Like, you could potentially play spoiler to somebody's day. Obviously, there's the top four selection
Yeah.
go, but something like that. But like, I don't know. It's almost like it's not necessarily do or die for someone like you, right?
Yeah, and there's probably not as much on the line. Like I'm already on the Canadian team for Worlds in Spain this year, which is exciting. But I think again, I treat it like any other race. It's a whether it's a world race or not, it's Broken Arrow. It's a big event. There's always fast athletes here, and I'm going to go in with it with the same mentality as I would for any race. That being said, I probably don't have that pressure where I need to feel like I need to give everything I got to to win or bust kind of thing. Like I want to still play strong and not you know not completely crash to the finish.
I don't blame you.
So that might end up in my favorite.
No, I agree, man. I
Yeah.
agree. So like you mentioned the word pressure. a race like this, like I know when I'm in like races like this, I stay away, dude. Like at least like up until my race. Like I don't like to go to things. I don't like to be involved with anything. I just want to be in my own bubble. I think last time I was at Broken Arrow, it was like right when the Tour de France show dropped on Netflix, and I literally
Oh
just
yeah.
stayed in my hotel room and just binged that until until race day. Like, what is your strategy? Like, not strategy, but like, what's your approach? Do you like go like mingle with people, like hang out with friends, or do you just kind of like stay in and just taper and just hide until race day?
I'm definitely not a high person, but I'm not going to be overly social. I'm actually staying Broken Arrows elite housing program, which is great. There's a family that's hosting, and I'm with another athlete, Nicholas Turco,
Yeah,
who's
yeah.
trying to make the American team. So it's been wonderful staying with him, and yeah, I think we're both kind of very calm people. So he's got a good energy to be around. So I think that's been wonderful to get to know him. So I probably won't be doing too much more socializing outside of that. Um, it's taper from here and out, really.
Yeah, just chill. I agree.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
to chill. How do you approach a taper like this going in? Do you just have? I mean, are you going to do anything to keep the blood volume high? Do you pick pickups or any like strides? Like anything in particular you have between here now and Saturday?
Yeah, I'll do a little workout tomorrow. Probably just on something flat, 4 by 4 minutes, just something to pick up the pace a bit. Nothing too intense, really. And then from Tuesday onwards, just as I feel, just some easy running. Slowly work it down to, to 20 minutes. If I don't feel good that day, I'll take a rest day. Like at this point, you can't really you can only do more damage
You can
if
always
you
screw it up. Yeah.
yeah, it's better just to like I've come to the, if I'm just mentally tired one day, I'll take it off because it's, or go for a walk or do something different. Just keep the body moving.
Yeah. How's the food scene? Have you like explored it all? Like as far as like dinners or stuff like that, or are you at home like
Not
staying in the place and cooking?
Yeah, it's just staying in right now. It's the family's so wonderful. We've been eating together, prepping meals together every night. So it's actually been quite nice. It feels like you're kind of at a home and not traveling, which is quite relaxing actually. So I've been very, very fortunate for the event for supporting athletes.
That's so nice, man. It's funny you say that. Like, that's something like we've been looking into at Pikes Peak, like to try and
Oh
bring
yeah.
like adopt like a program like that. I think it's such a cool thing, right? To have
Yeah.
people from the local community like support athletes, and it's I don't know. I feel like it's more immersive instead of just going and staying in a hotel and doing that thing. You know what I'm saying?
Totally. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. And you get to know locals, and they do pair you up with other athletes, which is great too. So you get to kind of get to meet other athletes, if you don't know them. So yeah, it is a really cool program they do. I think if more events could manage that. Now, Broken Arrow just has a really good race director, and they just do it so well that they're able to handle it. But I'd support it at all races if they could handle it.
Yeah, no, big time. Brandon Madigan, I mean, he's world class. Like
Yeah.
he creates one of the best races on the planet. Let's talk nutrition. So might
Mhm.
be a little bit cooler of a day. What's your nutrition strategy for a race like this?
Yeah, that's a good point. I'm still working through all the details just with the temperature being a little bit different than I was expecting. But I will still probably, because of altitude, I'll probably easily still go through a liter an hour. Like that's just like kind of my comfortable zone with liquid intake. Um, and I feel like I've even just running out here on the weekend, I would easily went for two and a half liters over 2 hours. I was just so thirsty. So, a lot of water, carbs, the usual, probably around 100 for if on the race day like this, is probably where it's going to sit right. And a little bit bump up the sodium levels too, depending on how hot it is. So yeah, that's kind of the plan. So I'll definitely be stopping to get the water intake. I'll definitely have to stop at one of the aid stations. So I have to figure out how I'm going to manage that still. But
That was my next question, because obviously for someone like you coming out, it's not like you could bring a crew with you. It's a little bit hard, right? It's a little more tricky, and it's like, do you carry your drink mixes with you, or and try to figure it out that way? Like it's almost like like not having that crew is you have to like almost be more crafty, right, to try and make sure you can keep up with it.
yeah. So at least the crew's only allowed at the midpoint
Mm.
for all athletes. So everyone's on an equal playing field there too. And one of the homeowners here, Yenny, who's hosting us, is gonna hand me some bottles, which is good.
That's
So then I'll
good. I like that.
probably just fill up at some point at one of the other aids, maybe half a bottle, just get it if I need it. Yeah, so I'll have to sort that out.
Cool, cool.
Stop for the 20 seconds, whatever it takes.
Yeah, yeah, that's
Worth it. It's worth it.
100%, 100%. Dude, I can't wait to see how this is going to play out. This is going to be a fast race. It's going to be, but I think the cool thing is like we're going to see a lot of new faces, maybe not the same ones that we're used to seeing up front. I think it's going to be shake out in a couple different ways. This is my guess. I don't know. Like I think the people are expecting to like win this race might not, it might be different characters up front. With that, what would it mean to you to make a podium in a race like this? Like this is obviously the biggest stage in our sport, or one of the biggest stages.
I know the listeners probably can't see it, but I'm smiling right now just you asking the question. No, it would be phenomenal. Like it's, we always, that's kind of the goal at any of these races is you try to put yourself out there to win one of the biggest races that, in the States for that I'm joining to this week. I don't know how to put it into words, to be honest. I'd be thrilled. It'd be a dream.
I love
It
it.
also and also to me it'll just be that extra confidence as I go into worlds because I know a lot of all these athletes that are going to be racing are going to be there, and it just helps me put it into perspective of where my fitness is and as I build to that race in September.
Amazing. Last question. What shoes are you going to be rocking on race day?
I'm doing the S Lab Genesis.
Is that the new one they just came out with? They've been talking
It's
about?
been out for a bit.
Okay.
No, it's like the Courtney DeWalter shoe.
Yeah.
I like it because it's got a lot of it's like got a good amount of cushion, no plate or anything, but I feel like the rock protection is good on it too. It's got good stability. So for anything technical and rocky like this, you can bomb over any of that downhill, which I think is going to be needed.
What do you think? Actually, I got one more question for you. What do you think is going to, now that you've seen the course, what do you think is going to suit your strengths the most? More the descents or more of the climbing?
Yeah, uh, that's a. I was. I actually think the descents might be a little bit stronger for me. Just because I on the race course on the weekend, I did some of those descents are quite steep and um, a little bit steeper than maybe what I've been training on. But um, that being said, I feel like if you can only make up so much time on that steep terrain, whereas on the descent, I think you can really do some damage.
No, I agree. It's interesting. I was just having this conversation with Dan before Sunapee as well. It's funny seeing, I shouldn't say funny. It's interesting seeing people come out from sea level to race at altitude when you're used to climbing in a certain way. Whereas like it seems like altitude is the great equalizer for people on like when it comes to ascending. Like you either know how to do it or it's like people. I've seen like people freak out like where it's like it's really a big delimiter for folks. So I think the way to actually operate is to take advantage of those descents. Like there's opportunities there to make up a ton of time. Whereas like with the ascending, like, it's either there or it's not, Yeah.
Yeah.
So cool, man.
Well, good advice, James. Appreciate it.
Yeah, appreciate it, man. Josh, wishing you the absolute best of luck, my friend. It's going to be really fun to follow along. Hope you have an amazing day out there. This is going to come out this week. I'll get this out in the next like 2 days. So yeah, appreciate it, man.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah, nice chatting. And we'll look forward to chatting again.
Absolutely.
Okay, see you, James.
See ya. What's up, guys? It's summer, and you know what that means. You're going to need a new pack, hydration solution, bottle, belt, you name it. Guess what? Ultimate Directions got you covered. Guys, I don't know if you've been perusing on the Ultimate Directions site lately, but we've got 2 new vests that have just dropped. That's going to be the Ultra Vest 12 liter and the Race Vest 6 liter in 2 beautiful colorways. And you know what? Guess what? We also dropped a quiver. Finally, the quiver is here. The quiver is there. Get it on the website right now. Use code SteepStuffPod for 25% off. All of these things are already extremely affordably priced. I think Ultimate Direction does an amazing job at their pricing to make it affordable for athletes of all economic abilities. And guess what? You're going to get yourself an additional 25% off by using code SteepStuffPod. Like I said, it's summer. It's Broken Arrow week. It's crazy. That's the vibes are high, the stoke is high. You're going to need a new vest. You're going to need a hydration solution. Like I said, go to Ultimate Direction. They've got you covered. 25% off with the code SteepStuffPod, and you are all set out the door. So, guys, enjoy your week. It's Broken Arrow week. Go crazy, go wild. Guess what? Next week is TrailCon, and then we are in Western states. This is the best few weeks of our sport. So, it's wild. Woo!